everyone, this is Srushti Deshmukh Gowda, and we have all joined here today for a session on prelims, effective strategy preparation for prelims. I would like to apologies for the delay. We were having certain technical issues because of which we couldn't connect on time. But anyways, so the prelims 2023 is scheduled this year on May 28th, as we all know. And so given, if we say this, then we have say around 4.5 months to prepare for the UPSC Prelims. And this is a limited time, but if effectively used, if efficiently used, we can definitely crack prelims. So, in the coming 20 to 25 minutes of this session, I will be discussing with you the major points, the major key points which I've noted down, which I feel that it is important for you to know before you deep dive into your prelims preparation for this year. So a quick 2 points about why prelims is important. Obviously, it is the first step of the UPSC examination. If we don't crack this, we are not getting to write the mains examination, which actually will decide your final rank and marks of the merit. So it is important in that sense. Second, also the preparation and the time you have to give for this examination is very crucial. अगर आप पिछले साल के अभी जो करंट आप अगर देखेंगे 2022-21 के पेपर्स उठाएंगे, so a lot of non-traditional kind of questions, new kind of questions are now being introduced, and it is not as straightforward. Cracking prelims has become very dicey. So it is all the more important that no matter at what stage of your preparation you are, you should now direct all your energies and direct your entire preparation orientation towards prelims. So this is the right time, and you must give your full attention to it. So the first thing for prelims exam is there has to be a clarity on the basic concepts, right? You will be given 100 questions of all the different subjects, and it is extremely crucial that the conceptual clarity is there for every topic. Say for example, you are reading about electoral bonds, so it's somewhere in the news, and you know that it is something which is being promoted to ensure transparent funding of the political parties. But that's not it. You have to go a little bit into details. What are the important points? How is it how will someone be able to do it? Or what exactly are the benefits that we are getting? So all of these nitty-gritties, that kind of clarity of that concept has to be there, because when you look at the options will very much be same or equal to each other. So it is very important that you get conceptual clarity of every concept, where whatever subject you are reading, focus on that clarity. Another example, very recently we have this green hydrogen mission which is being launched by the government. So just go ahead and find out what exactly is this green hydrogen, how do we find it out, how do we produce it, what exactly is the plan of the government. Maybe there might be some question which can come with regard to the concept of it, how it differs from the other kinds of energy that is available. So please focus on the conceptual clarity of whatever concepts you are reading. Don't just, in mains what we do, in mains we focus on a lot of other points, we go in the depth of the topic, but here we definitely need to cover the breadth of it. We definitely have to have a clarity. Second thing is practice of MCQs is non-negotiable, extremely important. Do not rely only on reading the topic, that I have read the topic, I know it. No. Practicing the MCQs, because it's a prelims exam, because we are going to have multiple choice questions, please take up subjective questions. Initially, don't go for, initially I will not suggest to attempt full mocks. Initially, I will suggest that you should be practicing questions specific to that particular subject. So you have picked up polity, you have given say 10-20 days on revising that particular topic or the subject. So along with that also, every single day also you can practice questions, or you can do one thing. You can keep one day in the week, at the weekend or on Sunday or Monday, one day, where you will practice the set of questions for the topic that you've read. So you will be able to see the loopholes in your preparation, that you have prepared that topic, but when you're actually solving those questions, you might face some issues. So that you will be able to understand only when you practice a lot of MCQs. Definitely do it topic wise. Initially you can do it topic wise, say till the month of March or April, and then you can sort of dive into mock tests also. Next thing is solving full length test. After you've done the topic wise or subject wise tests, the next thing to do is also attempting the mock tests. Now I'll come to this later on again, where we'll talk about attempting the full paper and all of those things. We'll come to that. There is one important point in prelims examination, and that is individual strategy. कि आप खुद जब आप attempt कर रहे हैं questions, आप कितने attempt कर रहे हैं, how much you are getting negatives. Now there is a huge variation with regard to this point. A lot of people suggest a lot of things. So I'll give you my example. So I, in my prelims examinations, had attempted 74 questions. Only 74 questions I had attempted, and I'm saying only because there are a lot of people who would say that you have to attempt 90 plus, or more than 95 you should attempt, only then you can get a score. What I will say is, the opinions are mixed, but this will vary with how you do it. We all have a personal level of how much accuracy we have with regard to question, how much you are able, there's some kind of negative marking which will be there. So how will you be able to balance that amount of attempt? That is going to be your individual strategy. So, with the help of mentorship that is available to you, you should be able to design that individual strategy. आपको ये करना है कि जो भी subjects आपके सामने हैं, we have certain subjects which are our strengths, which we have really learned much, we have given a lot of time to it, and more often than not, हम उसके questions सही कर पाते हैं. So you have to make that kind of analysis for yourself beforehand. So this time of 4.5 months which you have, this is the right time where you can sit and analyze. Let's say economics, I have covered my basic concepts, and more often than not I'm attempting those questions correctly. So that's how you can also zero in on the topics to be covered, on the different subjects, and the number of an amount of questions which you will be attempting in your final examination. So this was about individual strategy. इसमें जैसे मैंने बताया, a lot of people also talk about the elimination technique. Elimination technique आप सब जानते होंगे कि ये नहीं है. We sort of go reverse. We try to find out this is not, and hence this could be the answer, or this would be the answer. To break the neck of this technique, UPSC came out with these kind of questions, which in the last year. The question is such that you are given different regions mentioned in the news, and then the countries are given, and the options are such that how many pairs given above are correctly matched. Only one pair, only two pair, only three pair. So अगर आप ये क्वेश्चन देखेंगे, आपको ये नहीं पूछना है कि फर्स्ट ऑप्शन करेक्ट है या नहीं है, सेकंड ऑप्शन करेक्ट है या नहीं है, थर्ड इज करेक्ट और नॉट, फोर्थ इज करेक्ट और नॉट. They are just asking how many pairs are correct. So that means you have to know the exact name. You have to be able to guess, or you have to be able to know the exact name of that region. Only then can you put any option A, B, C, or D. So this is something which is very crucial. Hence, that elimination is not going to work here. So we need to work on our knowledge. We need to work on our information. We need to work on practicing more and more such kind of questions, so that they don't come as a bouncer to us when we actually attempt the paper. The next thing which I would like to tell you all is, please don't ignore CSAT. Even if CSAT is something very recently, very close friends of ours, they did very well in the GS part of these UPSC Prelims, but in CSAT, because of a couple of questions, 2-3 questions, they couldn't make it through the basic score that's required. So there can be nothing worse than that. So please don't ignore CSAT. GS is an entire big area of UPSC Prelims, but CSAT is something which has limited subjects. You have English, you have reasoning, and you have mathematics questions, aptitude questions, and you don't need to devote a lot of time to it. But I will say, even if you come from a technical background, if you are an engineer or you have done these subjects earlier, please make an effort to solve the previous year questions. Previous year questions के साथ में कोई ना कोई टेस्ट सीरीज के questions भी आप इसमें ज़रूर solve करें, because the kind of the level of questions in CSAT has definitely increased. If you compare the paper of 2018, 19 and then you come to papers of 2021 or 22. So, definitely CSAT का जो level है, it has risen, and in order to keep up with that pace, you also need to devote an equal amount of time in the CSAT preparation. हो सकता है कि कोई specific topics हो उसमें जो आपको ज़्यादा difficult लग रहे हो सकता है इंग्लिश में प्रॉब्लम आ रही हो, या even if you think that maybe some mathematical questions I have not been able to solve, give some time, allot some time in a week to that particular topic. So this is the time where you have the energy and time to improve upon your mistakes. So please choose the topics which you are weak in, and section the time accordingly in a week or in once in every fortnight, every 15 days, so that you are able to give proper time to it and you're able to improve your scores in that particular section of CSAT. इसके बाद यही है कि right guidance and mentorship at this stage of your preparation is very essential. These coming 4 months for the prelims will be the deciding factor. What I had done was right from the February month or a couple of days before, when the economic survey and the budget is coming out, talking about economic survey and budget, these two documents in the section of economy are extremely important. Reading these two documents will not only be helpful for you in prelims, but they'll play a huge role in mains. So whenever these documents are out, please go ahead and read it. There are summaries available, there are n number of guidance available for it. Please give your time for understanding the concepts in economic survey. Budget में क्या नया आया है, budget में कौन से particular sectors के लिए ज़्यादा provision किया गया है government के द्वारा, तो इस पे ज़रूर focus करें, and make sure that you are able to understand the gist and understand the concepts in that particular year का जो हमारा survey और budget रहेगा, उन दोनों को भी बहुत अच्छे से आप इसको पढ़ लीजिएगा. Apart from that, I would like to say that from my own experience, around the month of January to Feb, I faced a lot of issues with getting good scores in prelims. So even I was, around this time, I was getting around say 58, 50, 60, maximum 65, 70 marks. So that is not a healthy score going into the prelims. In order to crack the UPSC prelims with a safe score, you definitely need to aim around 120 plus. So if you are in that range, you can say confidently that I will be able to make it. So solve a couple of mocks, see where you are. What I did was, in this time I was not scoring good. So there was this thing that I read on IAS BABA, and they had this thing about analyzing the negatives. So that was a very good categorization, and I did it, and it thankfully worked for me. This is extremely crucial. You can also try it with your preparation. जो भी negatives आप कर रहे हो, मान लीजिए आपने 20 negatives या 25 negatives question आपसे हो गए, and they are wrong. So please analyze the negatives. What we do is we just focus on, okay fine, गलत हो गया, छोड़ दिया, learn कर लिया कि ठीक है क्या था, and we just left it. Analyze the wrong answers. Why is it wrong? Understand the why behind it. एक हो सकता है, one category will be क्यों गलत हुआ? Overconfident. We got overconfident. We guessed it. We felt कि नहीं ये तो this will be the thing, and we just guessed it. So make that category. You can just if you have 20 negative questions, count how many questions you're doing in every category. One category can be being overconfident. Second category can be you know the concept, but you have not been able to apply the concept. मतलब आपके application of concept में problem है. जब this is also very crucial category. आपको concept पता है, but you know that these many members are there in Lok Sabha. But when they asked when this particular bill has to be passed, how many people are required, you are not able to answer the question. So that means you know the concept, but you are not able to apply it. So this is another category of doing wrong or doing negatives. Third category will be that you completely, you somehow missed the directive which is there in that question. The question was who are not or which is not. So you completely skipped that particular word. आप उस word को पढ़ना ही भूल गए और इसके कारण आपने गलत कर दिया. Otherwise आपको ये question आता था. when you categorize these particular mistakes of yours, you will be able to zero down कि ऐसा क्या है जिसके कारण मैं ये क्वेश्चन गलत कर रहा हूँ या कर रही हूँ. And when you get to know that कि what is the reason behind it, it becomes very easy to work on those particular topics. It becomes easy to work on those areas. उसके बाद अब आपको उसी एरिया पे काम करना है. अगर मैं गेस कर रही हूँ तो मैं करूँगी कि नहीं, आई शुड बी कॉन्फिडेंट, ओनली देन आई विल बी डूइंग इट. I have to read the question very properly. I have to focus on the application of the concept while studying. इससे आपको एक और बात पता चलेगी कि कौन सा सब्जेक्ट है या कौन सा टॉपिक है जिसमें आप बार बार जो है रिपीटेडली नेगेटिव्स कर रहे हैं, रिपीटेडली गलत कर रहे हैं. तो दैट विल गिव यू अ डायरेक्शन to your entire preparation journey as well. So please also focus on your negatives, focus on your mistakes, analyze those mistakes. Whenever you are attempting any paper, whenever you are attempting any question, give double the time of it towards analysis of that paper. You know, this is what I'm stressing. Don't just give mocks for the sake of giving mocks. Understand the questions, understand if it has gone wrong, why is it gone wrong. Go deep down into it, so you'll be able to find out your weak areas, and then you can pinpointedly work towards that. So this was very much about what I wanted to tell you. And yes, the final thing will be chunk out your time, plan your time very effectively. Make sure that you are preparing each and every topic of the syllabus. Do not leave out anything. Even if it is the first time you're reading it, you've not been able to do it. Chunk your time clearly for polity, for economy, section wise, and give your time properly to every single topic. If you are going through the current affairs, so ऐसा रहता है जैसे अगर आप 2023 के prelims की बात करें तो जनवरी 2022 से लेके अभी तक का जो भी current affairs है, that becomes important for you. So please read all the current affairs from January 2022. There will be multiple sources available to you. उनसे ज़रूर आप इसको revise करें. Make sure that you are able to cover all the important issues that are in the news. This I am saying because in your general studies prelims, you might not be getting direct questions from the core concepts. You would be getting questions from what exactly is in the news. So अगर आपने वो न्यूज़ पढ़ी रहेगी, you would know the context. तो आपको आप एग्जाम में उस प्रेशर एनवायरनमेंट में ज़्यादा बेहतर तरीके से उसको सॉल्व कर पाएंगे, इफेक्टिवली सॉल्व कर पाएंगे. Another thing I'll say कि whenever you are giving your mocks, आप जब भी कोई mock test दे, please give it in a timed and proper manner. Even if you are giving at your home. For example, I gave all the mock tests at my home. So didn't go to even if you get a chance say to go to a library or to go at a test center, that is very good. But if you're not able to go out, घर पे ही दे रहे हैं, तो just close your room, at your study table, keep a watch, keep a water bottle with you, and try to simulate the exam environment, because at that time in the prelims exam it is going to be an extreme pressure environment, and the time will be summer, we'll be sweating, and in that kind of environment you need to perform your best. So try to simulate that environment so that you feel it, that this is the time, these are the 3 hours with me where I have to perform properly. Try to simulate those conditions in your when you give the mock tests. Another thing will be that and this is something, revision is extremely crucial. Don't rely only on one reading or 2 reading. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हमें लगता है कि लक्ष्मीकांत we've picked up this quality book and we've read it once, so it is fine, we've soaked it in. No, but it requires multiple readings, 2, 3, 4 times, only then. So you might have made your own notes, you might be referring to notes from institutes, or there might be other sources which you will be referring. Please revise those sources again and again. Make a proper revision strategy for your own. The more you revise, the more you're able to again and again reach to those facts. It will be bolstered in your memory, and when exactly it's required, you will be able to retrieve it. There are certain facts कुछ ऐसे रहते हैं जो हमें याद नहीं रहते हैं. What you can do is, national parks हैं, endangered species हैं, all these environmental things are there. You can just write it down in a piece of paper, write down the articles, just paste it in front of your study wall, in front of your study table, and just keep looking at it every day. even the sight of the vision, if you're putting say 5 minutes, 5-10 मिनट भी अगर आप उसको दिन में देख रहे हो तो कहीं ना कहीं वो आपका रिवाइज हो रहा है. तो डोंट जस्ट कीप इट इन योर बुक कि जब मैं बुक खोलूंगा या खोलूंगी तभी मैं वो आर्टिकल पढ़ूंगी, व्हाट इज आर्टिकल 13, व्हाट इज आर्टिकल 14. लिख करके आप प्रिंट निकाल के जरूर उसको आप अपने स्टडी रूम में लगा दीजिए. व्हेनेवर यू गोइंग आउट, गोइंग इन, जस्ट गिव इट सम टाइम. ये आप ज्योग्राफी के मैप्स के साथ भी कर सकते हैं. जैसा at the end of the day I used to give half an hour to the atlas. तो मतलब half an hour just open up the atlas, see where exactly what are the countries, where are the seas, जो passes होते हैं. We have different straits that we need to memorize कि ये strait कौन सा है and what is this landform etc. तो ये आप जब तक बार बार उसका रिविजन नहीं करेंगे तो एक बार में आपको वो चीज़ याद रहने वाली नहीं है. तो प्लीज focus as much as you can on revision. Once you're done with the topic, prepare proper slots for it, prepare proper timetable for it and do it. And in the last months, definitely around in the May, you can stop studying new material. Then you can stop studying any new more facts and you can just focus on the revision of whatever you have read. So I think I have been able to cover the points which I thought I'll discuss with you today. And if there are any more queries, we could discuss it later on in further on sessions. So for now, I would like to wish all of you all the very best for UPSC Prelims 2023. This is a very crucial time for all of you. I would wish you all the best, and also that this examination requires 200% of your efforts. So please don't give it half-hearted ones. Now this is the time, just get into the zone and give your 200%. I'm sure that if you'll work hard, you'll succeed. All the very best to all of you, and thank you so much for joining us today.